This risk map is a battle arena, surrounded in a volcanic lava background. And if you zoom in, this map looks very 3D, so take a look. Wow, looks so beautiful. Also look at that smoke. So hopefully will be as fun to play too. As you can see, this map has lots of small continents, so I'm wondering how that will turn out. I'm Red, the third player in this game, and I'm pretty sure I will go for the top right continent. It would be the easiest continent for me to capture. Then there are some of my troops in the middle continents too, but not as many, plus I would like to border as fewer players as possible, so going for one of the edge continents would just be the best when it comes to that, as in the middle I would be really open to a lot of players once they get their continents. And there's a chance that one of them could be really aggressive, which would drastically ruin my chances to win. So the best chances to win I have by going for one of the edge continents and trying to not get into any unnecessary conflicts as much as possible. In fact, I would like to be friends with everyone, so they would let me grow strong by either letting me capture too many continents, or by just simply letting me hoard troops while they would be attacking each other. And as you can see, the white player even sent an alliance request to me by himself. That's because we are going to be neighboring players, so we wouldn't have to unnecessarily waste our troops on each other, as at the end just nobody of us would end up holding anything as the result. And judging by that alone, I could already tell that the white player is a smart, experienced player, so if getting an opportunity, I would say that would be smart to get rid of him over anyone else. But firstly, of course, I have to see what type of the players the others are as well, and whether they would be more of a problem for others or me. But yeah, from what I can already tell, is that the white player should be experienced for sure, while the yellow player is probably the least experienced player in this game. I'm judging by that is that the yellow player took some more risky blitz rolls, and that's usually a very good sign to indicate that a player is not that much experienced. He would probably be a good person to be allied with, as he could take the alliance very seriously, but since he got some bad blitz rolls and ended up being barely alive, I think that's just pointless for me to send the alliance request to him, as he should end up getting eliminated soon anyway. And in fact, I might even take him out himself if his 2 troops territory gets removed from the left side of the map, and of course firstly I would need to wait till he gets more cards. As for just 1 card, it wouldn't be that much of a great deal. Most importantly, I'm very happy that I got a continent faster than the white player, so I should be in the troops advantage. So I might have a slight dominance over him, especially if he crushes that 5 troops army of the green player. The green player finally accepted my alliance request after the blue player captured another continent, and what the green tells me is to attack blue. But I really need to evaluate both of the alliances before doing any drastic moves. So first of all, which alliance is more important to me? I see that the blue player already got a good position, while the green player hasn't even captured a continent. So I don't really need a weak ally for which I will have to do the dirty work. I will rather be friends with another strong player, so I would be sure that he prioritized attacking all others before touching me. Then another thing is that the green player had the ability to invade the blue player himself, but he didn't, so he could possibly try to manipulate me in order to make his position better. But either way, it wouldn't be a smart idea to get into a conflict with blue or any other player now, as I have to remember that attacking anyone I'm risking my own continent's safety. I wouldn't like to become too weak, as I also have to remember that there's white next to me, who I think might be the smartest player in this game, so I have to be careful to not weaken myself too much, but also at the same time I would like to get a lot of troops, so I could eliminate him myself. So I just decided to make the exception for taking the yellow player out. As one thing, he basically ended up completely self-destroying himself, and then with that, I wouldn't have liked that the blue player would have considered expanding towards the upper right side from himself towards me. So by capturing that continent, I prevented him from doing so. So assuming he takes my alliance seriously, so we are going to see when it comes to that. It will immediately tell whether he's good ally or not. as from what I could tell he is quite less experienced when for example comparing him to the white and black players, but just because a player is less experienced, doesn't necessarily tell that he will take the alliance very seriously. There could be low-ranked players who will accept your alliance request, but still wipe you out from your continent if they see they could do it easily. But as you can see, the blue player lets me hold my unguarded one-troop territories continent, so that's some really awesome news for me. I'm really glad that I didn't listen the green player's advice to attack blue. The green player looks miserably and might get eliminated by the blue player himself soon. And oh boy, the white player is betraying me. That's so unfortunate that he had a 10 troop set at 3 cards. Oh well, he probably realized that I'm his biggest threat, so he did exactly the same to me what I was planning to do to him. To try taking the advantage over him by attacking and invading him whenever a more suitable moment comes. I think that's possible that the white player realized that I'm another more experienced player in this game. Or another reason is that he saw that the blue player didn't invade me into my unguarded one-troop territories continent, so he realized that I and the blue player are in alliance, and if that's true, then it would be terrible for him to end up in a 3-player situation with both of us. So to prevent that, it's in his best interest to try getting rid of one of us, and since the blue player wasn't as suitable, he decided to go after me. But obviously that's possible that there could be other reasons too, so I would just think these two are the most reasonable. Also, I see the black player doesn't guard against him, so white might have had the alliances with both of us, and decided to choose the black player over me, as he probably saw that I could rapidly expand and capture more continents, while the black player didn't have as great opportunities. Oh well, I guess you can't win them all. Looks like I might get either the 4th or even 5th place if the white player attacks and invades me. Too bad I had the worst set possible, the 4 troops one. Otherwise the situation might have looked for me much better. But alright, the white player just finished capturing my continent, but didn't invade any new ones. So that's some really good news, though I don't have a set at 3 cards. At least I think I should survive longer than green. I've just set him up for blue. I mean, it would probably just be dumb for the blue player to miss that opportunity and don't take the green player out when he has 4 cards and is so weak. Plus, by eliminating other players from the area behind him on the left, he could highly shrink his borders, and especially when he doesn't even need to guard against me. So yeah, that's reasonable. The blue player goes to take out green, and then if he plus wipes out the white and black players' territories close, then it will be even better, because by ending up holding lots of continents he should definitely bring other players' attention to him. So I think the white player might not be even that much bothered about me anymore. As if he is a decent player, then he will probably understand that the biggest threat would be blue. Plus, as you can see, I built a counter-attack army 1 territory behind my border nest to white, so while the white player wouldn't be irritated and scared of me since I don't put any troops on his border, at the same time he would be afraid to invade me, as he knows that he would unleash my army and that it could be used on him. Also, as you saw, I didn't break the alliance with him even though he invaded and wiped me out from my first continent, and then I even sent him an attack request to attack black, and finally even thumbs up when he captured the last territory to get my continent. And I mean, I neither expect to be good allies nor I believe that he will attack someone just because of my attack request. What I'm just doing by that is trying to increase the likeness that he wouldn't be bothered by me, that even though he invaded me, he would think that I'm still treat him as a good ally, while what I just want is that he wouldn't be bothered by me anymore, but seek to attack others. And the same when it comes to blue, I responded with thumbs up when he told me to attack white, but only because he would think that I'm on his side. I'm not going to attack white so unless I would think it would be a great decision. But in this situation when the blue player obviously dominates the game, it obviously wouldn't. So as you can see, this is where the situation led to, with neither me, white, or black attacking blue. The black player is already gone, and if we continue doing nothing, then the blue player would just simply wipe out me and the white player as well. so obviously white first since the blue player is my good ally. So it's in white's best interest to attack blue. I mean, he just had to attack blue, otherwise the blue player would have just taken him out from what we've seen of his troops' deployment and fortification next to blue. But yeah, I think unfortunately for white the game is lost for him either way. The blue player is aggressive type of player who at the same time takes an alliance very seriously, so I think the blue player will just destroy him, especially after he just got attacked by him. While meanwhile I still pretend to be a good blue's ally, so would be strange to see blue suddenly start targeting me. And as you can see in this turn I made two sneaky moves. So first of all, since the white player invaded almost all blue continents himself, he basically did all the dirty work for me, so by capturing that new continent I unleashed another white player's army towards blue, so he could potentially attack him again. And then another move was to fortify my biggest army out of the blocked place to the white player's border. So the white player himself couldn't invade my top continents anymore if for some reason he decided to, and then the blue player, by seeing that I'm serious about attacking white, wouldn't suddenly betray me either. And either way, no matter who's attacking or not attacking who, it was just the best to fortify my army out of the blocked place, as now I will be able to make the attacks myself. While if I had left my army blocked, then the blue player, by being able to hold lots of continents, could have taken a good advantage over me, especially when the white player just quit, while now I should be able to attack and do a lot of damage to blue. So of course after taking out white, as I have to take down his biggest army anyway due to it blocking my way, and then it would just be dumb to leave 4 free cards for the blue player. And then obviously gotta appreciate the blue player, he was like the best ally ever. And probably could have helped the white player to destroy me after the white player invaded me into my first continent back then, crushing my troops. But the blue player stayed loyal up to the end and I really appreciate it. Anyway, let's see how much of a damage I will be able to deal to the blue player. And actually the situation looks way much better than I expected it to be at first. I'm like totally crushing the blue player and dominating the whole board. So I'm so glad that I fortified my army out of a blocked place back then. Imagine me still being blocked, the white player being disconnected, and the blue player receiving all of those continental troop bonuses he would have gotten. So yeah, I didn't expect to win this game at all, or even finish in one of the first places after the white player betrayed me. But sometimes an alliance with an aggressive, less experienced player could decide a lot, and the psychology with diplomacy have really saved me this game. And now for another non-classical map, I would recommend you watching this video as well. That's another interesting game with a lot of interesting attacks, diplomacy, psychology and strategy. So make sure to check this one out as well.